What's up everybody, Kinetic here and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In this video we're going to be taking a look at my Power Shots Archer build. I had to put a lot of powerful shots into this build to actually keep it active and interesting for myself. The kind of tricky thing about the Archer is that all of their shots, all of their active abilities for the most part are pretty extensive cooldowns, and also there are little to no ways of reducing those cooldown times. I think there's like one passive that I can think of, and that's actually in the specialization trees that will help reduce the cooldowns for the archer's abilities. Without a lot of abilities in a build for an archer, what you're stuck with is maybe activating one or two abilities, for example, and then just using regular shots in between while waiting for other abilities to come off a cooldown so you can actually do some more explosive damage. So I've filled this build up with as many different abilities as I could, while also giving it some utility that I felt was also necessary. A couple more notes before we get started into the details with this build. As usual, this is of course going to be used for your main character if you like, but it's also perfectly viable to add on to your AI companion partner. Also, there was no respecking involved to remove the first two skills that come with your archer, so what you will have from the very beginning is you will have long shot and you will have the stealth ability from the subterfuge tree. You step into the shadows all but invisible to your enemies. Attacking from stealth gives you a damage bonus that brings you back to the enemy's attention. Dealing damage to enemies reduces the ability's cooldown time. Pretty interesting skill overall. It's not simply vanishing and then after a period of time coming back into it. This actually gives you some fun kind of trickster feeling to the archer, in the sense that you can drop out of aggro with the skill, go invisible, pop back out, start pew-pewing again with an added damage bonus. It's fun, I like it. And also we have, for the second default skill, long shot. You fire a powerful single shot that delivers more damage the farther you are from the target. This is kind of the first skill that I think that begins to show players that playing as an archer requires a little bit of finesse and kind of a little bit of a tactical thinking. You have to consider how far away you are from your enemies, what your position is like above or perhaps below enemies in elevation and things like that. It adds a little bit more complexity to playing an archer, which I happen to really like. The first point that we're going to invest in is First Blood. You learn to pick apart enemies that are still unwounded and unwary. You do more damage to enemies that are only lightly injured. So we get a damage bonus of 15% for enemies that are 80% or above health. Once they've passed that, then you lose that damage bonus. Next point, we're going to go into Explosive Shot. You fire a powerful shot that explodes on impact, damaging enemies around your target. This is a sweet ability and it's going to synergize very well for something we're going to unlock here in a couple of points. For the third point, we're going to go into Subterfuge. And just to the right of Stealth, we're going to get Easy to Miss. Enemies are likely to overlook you in combat, much to their regret. This is especially true if you are flanking them. Threat reduction, just flat 25%, but check that out. Flanking threat reduction, 100%. So again, this is a little bit more of that tactical thinking. If you happen to be catching aggro for whatever reason, you have a couple of ways now here from the subterfuge tree to eliminate that and allow yourself to get back into the fight soon without too much of a delay in between dealing damage. You can either go into stealth or you can try and flank your enemies. Either way, your threat is going to plummet because of these abilities here in the subterfuge tree. For our fourth point, we're going to leave Subterfuge and go into Sabotage and pick up Poisoned Weapons. You coat your weapons in a deadly toxin, making every attack poison enemies for a short time. Duration 10 seconds, 25% weapon damage per second, damage duration 8 seconds. Pretty sweet. This is especially going to be useful, like I said, paired with the explosive shot. That means that as you coat your weapons in poison and then unleash that explosive shot, all enemies that are caught in that blast are also going to be poisoned. Very, very nice. But we're going to have to take it up a notch and make this ability even more useful. For the 5th point, we're going to upgrade the skill and go for Infected Wounds. Your poison helps your blades and arrows bite deeper. You do more damage with your weapons while poisoned weapon is active. 25% damage bonus for the duration that you have poisoned weapons going on. For our 6th point, we're going to return to archery and we're going to unlock Pincushion. If the first arrow doesn't kill them, the 10th might. Each consecutive hit with a bow attack does progressively more damage to the target. So in those cases when we are waiting for cooldowns to come down, at least while we are just using our regular attacks, the damage will be stacking. You get a 5% damage bonus duration 10 seconds. For our 7th point, we're going to unlock a new active ability, Full Draw. It takes a moment to line up the perfect shot, but it pays off with a devastating hit that bites even deeper against enemies that aren't injured yet. This is a fantastic ability to open up fights with, or to pick on some enemy archer that's off in the distance, thinking he's all safe. You're going to show him otherwise with Full Draw. For our 8th point, we're going to go up to the left side and we're going to get Death from Above. You do more damage when firing from elevation. Maximum bonus damage 25%, maximum height 2 meters. So as long as you are elevated above your enemies, you're going to have a really nice bonus damage to go along with any of your attacks. This is going to lead us to our 9th point, Leaping Shot. You dive out of trouble and fire a hail of arrows at the enemies that were trying to close you. And for the 10th point, we're going to upgrade this skill as well and go with Rolling Draw. If Leaping Shot hits, you can use the momentum of your leap to do a stronger draw as you come back to your feet. Your next attack, whenever you make it, will knock down its target. Bonus damage 200%. Very, very nice. One of the better upgrades, I think, for skills. Putting it all together, we've got 4 different abilities that we can use, so there's not going to be a lot of waiting around for cooldowns to disappear before you can use another really cool attack. Plus, we've got some utility here with stealth and with poison weapons. Let's take a look now at how all of that comes together to dish out a lot of pain for our Power Shots Archer. Thanks for watching this video on my Power Shots Archer Guide. If you happen to use this for your main character or apply it to your AI companion, I would love for you to come back here to the comment section on this video and leave me some feedback. If you're an Archer enthusiast here in Dragon Age Inquisition and you have some constructive criticism on better ideas for active or passive skills, I'd like to hear that as well. I'm open to debate on what's good for Archers in Dragon Age Inquisition. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Click the like button to support these Dragon Age Inquisition videos, and more is coming up soon, so stay subscribed. Thanks again for watching. My name is Kinetic, and I'll see you next time.
That breach. It's hard to look away from it sometimes.
Right, because you know what it looks like.
No, it doesn't.
You know.